Amon-Ra St. on the show today. So excited to bring you that conversation. The Lions still very much alive. They need to win out to make it to the playoffs. Can they do it? How can they do it? We'll get into it with him. We'll set your playoff pictures. We've got lots of winds of change over on FanDuel Sportsbook. I will also be joined by MVP quarterback, analyst for Cowboys Commanders on Christmas Day on Netflix, Matt Ryan, back on the show. He was here last week. Pre-Phillip Rivers, now he's here post, and I will not ask him one single Lip Rivers question because he has been beaten like a piñata about Rivers over the past week. We've got other big storylines around the league with him. Michael Penix, anyone? Bueller. And by the way, there's a Chicago Bear we need to be talking about more, and we're going to do that right now. Is it Wednesday? Is it really already Wednesday? That's bananas. And usually we have Gronk on the show. No Gronk, but we're going to turn the page to Week 16. We will have Gronk on the program tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing for Friday's program. I have to figure that out. We have to figure that out. We're going to bring you great content, though. We might be sitting down with an insanely talented, viciously lockdown corner whose name rhymes with Schmerich Schmingley. He's on a team that rhymes with the Schmuchten Schmexens. Hamilton, I'm hearing winds of that in my ears. Are we potentially getting Derek Stingley on the program?
That is the word on the street right now.
Do you know that I've never met him?
Really?
Never have met him. Didn't say when we went to Cleveland to Texans camp. Don't ask too many questions about that. Never got to meet him. I've never met him at all. I don't think I've ever shook his hand. I don't think I've ever seen him on a screen. So I'd be very excited about that. Somebody that I do know pretty well from training camps and such is Amon-Ra St. We've got him on the show. Matt Ryan's like a special guest on the program. Oh, you didn't have to. Poor Hamilton just got like shepherd hooked out of here. Hammy, you're part of the show. There's a cat in the background. We're living our best lives. What are you getting your cat for Christmas?
We are. Just got to get him some catnip toys, fill the stockings up, let him go to town.
Let him go to town. That's what this time of the year is for. We'll be here when next week, just so we're clear, for our fervent fan base. Monday and Tuesday, and then we're toast. We're done? What a time.
Yep, Monday and Tuesday, and then we were off for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after.
And to all a good night. That sounds great. So we got a couple of days to wrap before the end of the year, and then away we go. Should we take a look at Schedule 16? What pops out to you first, Ham?
Let's do it. That Rams-Seahawks one is a big one. That Jaguars-Broncos one is the one I keep. I've been coming back to over the last couple of days, not just because it's the Jaguars, but there's such huge implications in that one for so many reasons. One, if the Jaguars win, they are in the mix for the 1 seed in the AFC all of a sudden. If they lose that game, then they're at risk of falling behind the Texans in the AFC South race. So there's a huge potential swing that happens from that game.
First round of Bucs-Panthers. NFC South hanging in the balance. Tampa 3-point faves at Carolina. Bucs have lost 5 of the last 6, but a win here and a win next week against the Dolphins will give them a division title before we get to the second Panthers matchup in Week 18. Love that. Talk to Derek Brown. He's on the show this week. We also have Rams-Seahawks that kicks it all off tonight. LA 1.5-point faves at Seattle. Still no word on whether or not Devontae Adams is playing in that one. Definitely keeping our eyes peeled. Matt Ryan's on the show today. He's a bestie, longtime bestie of Matthew Stafford. And so we'll ask him about that and what it would mean to have to do that without him, as perfect as they look, and still with Puka. Winner, by the way, of Rams-Seahawks tomorrow gets the inside track on both the West and the number 1 seed in the AFC. All right, what pops out to you guys? Hit us up in the chat. Subscribe to the show, please, on YouTube. Love you. Merry Christmas to you, and time for some Underreactions. Let's do it. Here are things that we need to, at this point, if you're smart, you're talking about this at the bar. You're going to the bar and you're saying, hey, Sally, did you know this about the Houston Texans? You're saying, hey, Alice from accounting at the old water cooler. It's bubbling up. You're pouring your little Dixie paper cup and you're saying, let me tell you, this is what we should be talking about with the Packers. Those are those kind of things. You want to sound smart, be in the know. Here it is. Here's what I think we need to be talking about more. And let's go to Houston, okay? The Texans defense is putting up historic numbers with guest on the show this week, Derek Stingley. I want to make sure that we are not talking about how well C.J. Stroud has been playing since getting back onto the field. We are underreacting to him being a top 10 passer since returning. He's 3-0. He's heating up. He's heating up. NBA Jam style. Take a look at this. 40-point game against the Cardinals on Sunday. One of the best of the season. This connection he has with Nico. They trust each other. They're catching fire. They have caught fire. The fire has been caughteth. It's not a word. Nico averaging over 100 yards per game since CJ came back seamlessly. They know one another. It's a pretty big development. The two did get up to a bit of a slow start. It is clicking right now. Nico averaged just 59 yards a game through the first half of the season, and lo and behold, here they are. The connection, beautiful. He looks at him. He turns to him. And there's another big development that we're underreacting to. His ability to handle pressure this year. He's still pressured. Too much, in my opinion. Sorry to everybody down there, but it's true. He's currently the league's third highest rated passer under that stress. That's a big deal. That is ahead of Josh Allen, ahead of Matthew Stafford. And with the way the Texans defense is playing, if they're going to get this type of play consistently out of CJ Stroud, you cannot tell me that they can't win the Super Bowl. Of course they can. And they've been creeping up odds. They're currently fourth in the AFC at plus 550. Okay, to take the AFC crown, just ahead of the Jags, just behind the Patriots. Do what you will there on FanDuel Sportsbook. I like that. I think he's not talked about enough and coming off that injury to come back and be better and better every week. That 40-point game is against the Cardinals. Shut up. They've looked good. Okay, next up, I think we're underreacting. Oh, man. Colston Loveland is like a little heartthrob in Chicago. I have friends' children asking me about Colston Loveland. There are TikToks about Colston Loveland, edits, if you will, hubba hearts about young Colston Loveland. I care about what he's doing on the field, and that's what we're underreacting to. And what he's done this second season, it's so amazing. There's an overflowing of whining about his draft position the first month and a half of the season. Why did we take him? It was the wrong choice. And the Bears did their thing, probably methodically, to sort of bring him along to start this season. People might have thought that was a little bit slow-mo. But around week 9, something happened. Ben said, we're going to bring his usage up. We're gonna nuke this sucker. And the production has gone and correlated upwards along with it. His production has exploded. He has been the Bears' leading receiver since the halfway point of the season. He's a top 25 receiving option overall in the NFL. The hands, he's got the speed, confidence, hubba hearts. He's got the girls, he's got the power, he's got the yak ability. Really is what made him, in their eyes, Polls & Co., this first-round worthy talent, and it has all been on display. And he's legitimately become one of the best tight ends in the entire National Football League. He's been top 5 at the position in receiving. One of just 4 to have 300-plus yards and 4 or more touchdowns over the stretch. So it's Colston. As you're seeing, it is our friend Trey McBride. It is Brock Bowers, who gets all of the love and acclaim, and George Kittle, who deserves all of the love and acclaim. That is it. That is the elite of the elite right now in the National Football League. And I think he's going to be a huge one if the Bears get a win on Sunday, a huge say in whether or not they do. Evan Williams, I've been monitoring this. Hamilton, I told you. I texted you. Evan Williams did not look right. Am I hearing things? I am. He does not. I don't know that he's going. Can we have the latest on him really quick? I don't think people, I think we're underreacting to how big of a deal Evan Williams is for this team.
Yeah, and especially with this specific matchup because he covers tight ends. He's a big part of their ability to defend tight ends. And right now, it still looks like his status is up in the air with the knee injury. No official word on whether or not he's going to go yet, but he did not practice. And
Packers,
usually says the DNP. Yeah,
Packers with all these TikToks about Micah and there's not enough TikToks crying about Evan and prayers that he better play in this game, because if he doesn't, Colston Loveland is going to make you pay. And what game is it? What? This is the Saturday game, right? It's on Fox.
Yeah.
Is that Aaron Andrews? It's Colston getting the post. There's a great chance that could happen if Evan Williams doesn't play and Colston looking the way he has. But he deserves his love, and he's been amazing, and I cannot wait to watch them in prime time this Saturday as the Packers have to visit those Chicago Bears without Micah Parsons. Okay, last one. And by the way, the whining, Hamilton, the whining on Colston Loveland, for those who don't know, can you explain?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it had to do with how Tyler Warren looked for the Colts
Yeah.
early in the season, and he's awesome. He's a very good tight end as well. And a lot of fans thinking, oh,
Who
we
could have
missed
heard
because we
him?
took Loveland over him. But since, I mean, yeah, he's outplayed Tyler Warren since he's really started getting the opportunities. He's outplayed Tyler Warren, and that's pretty
Dost
significant.
thou understand what Hamilton is saying, Chicago? Colston Loveland is out playing Tyler Warren. I love to see. And I don't know, you probably don't understand that. Like, I'm on Chicago TikTok in a
Yeah.
way that more than any other team in the NFL, I don't know why. It might be something like, I don't have no idea. But every other TikTok is like a Bears TikTok, and I quite enjoy it because it's like a lot of like, a wife perspective of like her husband watching the game and like what they're like. And the Chicago fans are like a very interesting fan base in that way. And so like I watched that, but there's a lot. I just saw one yesterday where there was a girl recording it, and the mom is trying to get, and I believe Colston Love, is he not married? Is he, I'm sure he's hemmed up. I'm sure. Let's take a look. And there'll be like a mom in the background. You don't see, like, she's like standing in the doorway of her daughter, like 25-year-old daughter's bedroom, and she's like, well, just write him. Maybe you should make a video of you dancing. Maybe you should like just ask him how his game was. Tell him whatever. And it's like everyone wants a piece of Colston Loveland. Like I feel like that's very heavy in like an Andre Yoshivas way on my TikTok algo. Shout out to his girlfriend.
I'm looking.
Is he
There's
a single
conflicting
man?
reports about that. Yeah,
Colston?
I'm not sure. I can't research this as quickly.
I forgot
as,
it was
yeah.
the "Let Me Love You." I forgot he did like the dance. That's how this all
Oh
started.
yeah.
He's more than just a great dancer and singer. Okay, this rookie is on fire. Okay, last but not least, we're underreacting to linebacker Ernest Jones. Yes, what he has meant to this Seahawks team that's got the #1 seed in their sights tomorrow against the Rams. Unbelievable. If you don't know Ernest's story, he starts his career with the Rams, wins a Super Bowl there, and then after a few, I mean, he's still freaking running. I'm going to get through his whole Wikipedia bio, and he's still running. After a few seasons, right, it gets cut short by injuries. He has some adversity. They trade him to the Titans in 2024, okay? And that's something that Ernest has come out instead is personal to him. He feels like L.A. gave up on him, okay? He feels, that they thought he'd be out of the league. I love this for him because John Schneider and Mike McDonald swoop on in like the diabolical masterminds that they are, and they get him out of Tennessee at the deadline last year. And you cannot tell me it's one of the better moves that has happened, because look what he has done. He's been incredible, imperative part of this defense. He's the green dot guy in Seattle. Rams trash to the green dot guy in Seattle, the guy who calls the defense every play. He leads the team in tackles. He leads all linebackers with 5 picks on the year like you're seeing. This is a nice little resume, Mr. Snead. No, I know his timing doesn't fit. I understand. The Rams are doing okay. The Rams are okay. This isn't about the Rams. But it's kind of fun, like, underlying little story for him, right? Like the return yards off these interceptions, it's insane. Like I said, running and running and running. And it's kind of bigger than anything that I just said. By everybody's account, he has been the green dot, the heartbeat of that locker room. Cooper Kupp called him one of the best leaders he's ever been around. Sam Darnold thought he was lying when he told Sam that he turned 26 last month because he carries himself with that veteran presence so much so that he wanted to check his birth certificate and see the age. Not to be lost in all of this, he's having this beautiful year, one that should, by the way, grab him his first Pro Bowl. Please vote Ernest Jones into the Pro Bowl. It's a season that he dedicated to his dad, Ernest Jones III. He passed away right before training camp. He had sarcoma, dealing with a disease, and he had to say bye to his dad. He said, this is the year that I want to have. He credited his faith with getting him through all of this, and it has been really special. All things considered, that entire picture, very hard to not root for him tomorrow night, to get this big opportunity to do something really special, take down the team that shipped you out of town to the Titans, and it would move your Seahawks, Ernest, not only into first place in the NFC West, but the 1 seed, like I said, up for grabs in an entire conference. It's up for your grabs, Ernest, and it's very, very hard to not root for him. Very easy, in fact, to root for him to have that kind of success, which we love. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. Let's stay in the NFC. let's go to the north. Amon-Ra St. joining the show after this. We'll be back. We've also got Matt Ryan on the program to talk a little Netflix Christmas, Cowboys, Commanders after this.
Yeah, I haven't watched the TikTok yet, but I was doing some research to answer your question, and there are like investigations as to whether or not Colston Loveland is still with his girlfriend. It's like, it's serious.
I think it must have been, it's the rookie song to put him on. It's kind of a smart move.
Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
I guess. Gosh, that's so funny. No, I will literally have, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's really a lot.
Yeah, I did not want to enter into that world, and now it's yeah.
Well, I hope your phone just heard it and went, welcome to that world. It's kind of funny. Okay, Amon-Ra on the show. By the way, I wanted to ask, it doesn't seem like Calvin yucks it up with them.
Yeah.
Based off
But I think you hit it. I think you hit it on the head. It's almost like,
he doesn't want anybody. He doesn't want to tell you what to do. He's letting you do you.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Just like knowing Calvin a little bit, like he's just like,
he's so cool.
He doesn't want to make himself the story when he's there. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I love it.
Yeah.
Calvin's like all time the coolest guy in the world.
He really is.
And all these shots, because he goes to, it's very cool that he goes to all these games. Like, you guys understand, like, it could have not been that way so easily. Like, they could have just kept going and, like, not have whatever conversations happened that clearly led to Calvin being on these sidelines for some of these big games. Like, it's very cool that he's, like, to let, to let that, whatever happened, whatever, like, to sort of get to a better place. And that relationship, I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think. What else is going on in the news? Anything newsy happening?
Tua got benched for Quinn Ewers. That's the big story of the morning. Yeah. So we got to talk to Matt Ryan about that one. Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Major move.
And they went with
Dolphins.
Ewers over Zach Wilson, who's there too, which is interesting.
Quinn Ewers against the Bengals. Coach Mike McDaniel said all options were on the table to improve. Okay. I'm not gonna, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What's Mike supposed to do? I don't know. Like.
Yeah. It's been, it's been holding them back this year. There's no question.
Oh, man. Welcome back to the Up and Adam Show. Matt Ryan on the program. We'll talk a little Cowboys, a little Falcons, of course. By the way, Quinn Ewers, the guy for the Dolphins, Tua benched. I'm sure Matt Ryan will have a lot to say about that. And he'll be, this is a seventh-round rookie, I think, seventh-round rookie out of Texas getting the start for the Dolphins, who play the Bengals. That'll be a fun one. Oh, Lions. It's all ahead of them. They can do this. I believe in them. I got the chance to sit down with Amon-Ra St. always thoughtful. Little Caesars gave us some time with him. He's got a nice promotion for you that he'll talk to you guys about. But he's shattering records left and right. What's really important to him? What's the most impressive thing about him? His consistency. We talk about it all right here.
Amon-Ra St. at what point in your week planning for last week's game did booger, fling, tossing, whatever, at what point did that come into play? Whose idea was it? What is that?
So it actually came from one of our D tackles, Tyleek, one of our rookies. I was walking in the locker room, I think it was like probably Wednesday. He said, "Hey, bro, you should do this." Goes his nose, flicks it. I was like, it's not bad. So I told Jameer, I told JMO, I was like, if we get a first down, in this game, we need to do it. So, I get the first down, I do it. JMO gets the first down, he does it. Jameer gets the first down, he does it. And then after the first drive, the ref says, "Yeah, you guys can't be doing that." I'm like, damn, they just took away all our mojo. But it's all good.
They said that. I wonder if that's true. I'd be like, show me why not? Where's the rule book? I just want you to know, and the reason it's important is because you guys sold it so well, and you really went for it and do boldly what you did at all, that if you guys go on a run Everyone will be doing this in the playoffs. You will have young children. My nephews will be doing this. How do you feel about that?
You know, we don't mind it. We like to have fun, all of us, especially on offense. Our whole team, I feel like. So I'm just disappointed that we couldn't do it anymore. That hurt me, but it's all good. We'll find something new. We'll do something else.
You had 2 touchdowns against these Rams. You're talking about fun. What's more fun? When Goff finds you wide open in the back of the end zone like your first quarter touchdown, or when you're catching a screen pass and weaving through traffic like your second touchdown of the day?
I think any time you score it, it's fun. I mean, the first touchdown was, I mean, it couldn't have been any easier. I feel like we got the exact look that we wanted. I mean, Jared threw a dime. It was perfect. And then the second one, I feel like those screens in the red zone. I don't know. I just feel like we have a knack for it. And every time I get them, I feel like Panay, the linemen are out. JMO, whoever's blocking for me, it's the perfect look every time, and we make it happen. So either way, I'm happy for any touchdown that I get. But it's kind of nice when you get a run and score.
I'd like to call Calvin Johnson a friend of mine, comes on my show a lot. I love him. I have a lot of respect for him. It's a little crazy to think. I know you know him. He shows up at practice. He, gives your DBs grief, all of that, talks to them. You're breaking records every other snap, Amon-Ra. What does that feel like to hear I passed Calvin Johnson for most receiving yards in 5 seasons by a Lion 1 week after passing Michael Thomas for most catches in NFL history in a player's first 5?
I mean, it's humbling. It's super humbling for sure. It's actually surreal because, I grew up watching Calvin, how great he was. I mean, the stuff that he did on the field, I feel like will probably never be done again. Just his frame, his ability to run. I mean, he was a special talent. And for me, it's like I'm just out here, I'm playing, I'm trying to win games, trying to go 1-0 every week. And, you know, I happen to surpass whatever Calvin did in the first 5 seasons. But for me, it's not something that I'm not looking to break any records or do anything like that. I'm just trying to go out there and make plays. And in doing that, sometimes good things happen, but we know what kind of player Calvin was. I think probably the next year coming up is probably when he had the 1,900-yard season. So I got
Yeah.
a lot of work to do. Calvin's one of the greatest to ever do it. So to be anything, to have my name in any conversation with him is always, it's super humbling.
You two talk. How would you describe that dynamic?
I love Calvin. I mean, like you said, he's at practice a lot of the time. I see him before games, almost like all the home games. I see him there, dap
He
him
told
up.
me he doesn't talk to y'all though. He's
He
like, I
did.
don't like to talk to the offense. I talk to Joseph. He goes and weirdly hangs out with the defense. So what's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say, he's not reaching out to talking to us, but he'll be at practice, and us being offensive players, having looked up to him our whole lives,
Yeah.
we're naturally going to go up to him and say what's up. And I've chopped it up definitely a few times with Calvin. He's awesome. He's one of the most humble dudes I've ever met. To see just how tall he is, I'm like,
So
right now, I
true.
feel like this day and age, you don't see receivers built like him. And Jared was just telling me the other day, he asked Calvin how much, what weight he was playing at. He said like 235, 240. If you told me you have to guard a 6'5" receiver at 240 that runs a 4.3, it's like you don't have to run routes. You just run straight, throw it up. Like no one can guard him. So he's awesome. He's amazing. Any nugget that I can get from him, I definitely try to keep.
Not that you need one. I think he just wants to, from what I understand from him, he just wants you guys to do your own thing and find your own way. And he's there as a presence, a huge presence, like you're saying, if you need him. You are just crushing right now. And it's like these records are amazing. But I really think, if I think about you as a player, your consistency is really kind of incredible. 90 plus catches your first 5 seasons, each of them. You hit 1,000 yards, my friend, for the 4th straight year. That stuff is not easy. New offenses, all those kind of things. You are 6 catches away from your 4th straight 100 catch season. Consistency. Do you value that as much as I do?
I feel like in this league, it's so stat based. Everyone's always looking at. I don't know how you can have one running back like Saquon be the best running back in the league one year, and then the next year he's not even mentioned in the top 5. It's crazy. He's the same back. He's the same dude. So this league, the people just naturally like to look at numbers and stats. And so for me, it's like I want to be consistent each and every year because doing it for 1 year, doing it for 2 years, yeah, you can maybe get lucky for 1, you can maybe get lucky for 2, but guys that do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like Mike Evans, guys like that do it each and every year, I think there's something to be said about that. So for me, just to try to be consistent each and every year, be there for my teammates, be the same guy each and every year, that's the biggest thing for me. So I try to do my best to be that.
You're one of those guys. I imagine if you had a Little Caesars pizza, you'd share it with Jameson Williams. You mentioned him already. You two are booger picking and flicking together, but he's having a career year. Like we're seeing him have, the best 3-game stretch of his career. Is this the Dan Campbell effect?
That's a good question. I couldn't tell you. J-Mo's playing great. He's
You
been
couldn't
great
tell
for
me,
us.
huh?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. J-Mo is making plays. I love, being on the field with him. I feel like it's amazing. The stuff that he does in the run game, whether he's blocking, whether he's stretching the field, whether he's catching, a screen, taking it for 40, 50 yards. His energy that he brings each and every day on the practice field, in the game. He's selfless. He wants all of us on the offense to do well. He doesn't care if he's catching the ball. He just wants to win. So to be out there with J-Mo, I mean, I feel like, or us too, we're special. I think he's close to 1,000 yards. So it'll be 2 years now if he gets to 1,000 with 2 receivers back-to-back 1,000 yards. So
it sounds like you're saying it's more the Amon-Ra St. Brown effect than the Dan Campbell effect.
No, not at all. I'm just Dan's doing a great job. I love Dan calling the plays. Like I said, I think it's J-Mo. I think J-Mo's doing a great job. He's gotten better each and every year since I've been around him. His maturity, route running, everything. He's getting better every year. And then
can you describe Dan Campbell as a Little Caesars pizza, like as a play caller? What kind of what's his whole vibe as a pizza at Little Caesars?
Yeah, I would say Dan, he has everything on the pizza. I like my pizza pretty plain, but if I'm looking at a pizza as a Dan Campbell play caller, I'm putting pepperoni for sure. You're adding pineapples to it. You're adding
it's crazy.
Jalapenos. You're adding I don't know what else. Whatever.
Are there anchovies on this pizza?
That's a great question. There might be. I mean, depending on what day it is, what week of the, who we're playing, there's everything on the pizza from reverses to trick plays to runs to, I don't know what you call it. I mean, Dan has everything.
What's going on today with Little Caesars? Exciting stuff. The St. Brown Pizza Showdown. What?
Yeah, so I had a little St. Brown Pizza Showdown, competing with some guys to try to make the pizza the fastest. Who can do it the fastest? I didn't know there was actually tactic into how you make a pepperoni pizza. Like there's a count with the pepperoni slices.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me was to just take them apart and put them on the pizza. But I think I did a pretty good job. But looking next to, the CEO, Dave, he was flying through it. And for me, it's like,
really? Dave's got skills?
Yeah, he's got skills. I don't know how he does it. But I guess, if you're around it enough, like for me, catching the football is easy, but I guess maybe to someone else it's harder. So they're used to it, man. That's what they do.
Who would be the best on your team at that sort of a thing? I mean, Gibbs is pretty quick.
Yeah, Gibbs is quick. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it to an O lineman. They handle food a lot. They eat a lot, so probably one of the O linemen.
Perfect answer. Well, congrats on that partnership. Very exciting. Little Caesars Pizza, and congratulations on everything with the team. Everything is, as you know, very much still in front of you, and you got to get the Steelers this week. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Little Caesars, for the time with our guy, our star, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yes, I said it's all ahead of him. Here's what I mean. The Lions able to beat the Steelers this week, the Vikings next week, the Bears to close out this season, then they would still have a 96% chance. I'm saying there's a big chance to get into the playoffs. It's going to be that offense driving it with all of the defensive injuries. I feel for Calvin Shepard. We know ya. We love ya. Always dealing with injuries, which kind of sucks. But I have a feeling they get in, and I think they're a little scarier than some of the teams. Yeah, that I see in that NFC on the inside looking out. So we'll see who they can bounce, and maybe they can turn it. And it's not impossible. That is not an impossible schedule. Make the Steelers look human again, and you're good. Okay, Hamilton, the celebration thing. I don't know that you've ever texted me in our 10 years of knowing each other like booger flinging. I think that's like a new one for us if we were to go search and search the archives here. Okay, so I asked you to, because he might get fined for this, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
And that fine will likely come Saturday.
Yeah.
And they really went in on it. So let's play a little game of guess the fine.
Yeah. So that fine, if they do get fined, which I really hope they don't, and if they don't, they should try it again and see if this new refereeing crew makes them stop. We got to free the flick. Okay. I'm starting the campaign right now. But
it is very like Dennis the Menace meets Bart Simpson meets I'm trying to think. I think it's the slingshot of Bart Simpson that pops into my head, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace just is fun to say, and then it's also like what else is that giving? It's giving like he's saying Peter Griffin from Family Guy. I've never watched Family Guy in my life, so I don't know about that, but I can't speak to that with authority. But it's like very I don't enjoy watching it. I don't enjoy.
I like how they really sell it. It was very demonstrative. I'm into it.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, I digress. So if they get fined, what happens?
If they get fined, it would be for unsportsmanlike conduct. So we're going to play a little game. Guess the fine. What do you think the fine is for unsportsmanlike conduct?
Just there's like a blanket fine for this?
Yes. And it's very specific. Yeah.
$11,500, Bob.
Close. It's $14,491.
14 was in my head, but I thought that was for a different fine. Okay, got it. It's 14 for each person.
For each person. And if Jameson gets fined for it because he's been fined for one before, there's actually a second offense fine.
As there should be.
If you want to guess at that, what's the second offense fine? If the first offense is 14,
22. No, it's too much.
20,288. So
they got to be doing a lot more pizza ads.
Yeah.
To be paying for that. Okay, that's sort of outrageous. We have Matt Ryan coming up on the show. What else do you have for me? Let's keep playing.
All right, yeah. So that's 14,000. What do you think the fine is for throwing or kicking a football into the stands?
Throwing or kicking a football into the stands.
Yeah, as part of your celebration, or yeah.
It has to be more than unsportsmanlike conduct, in my opinion, because you are now involved. There's like liability. Potentially, involving fans always seems messier. Your face is telling me I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it is 25,000, Bob.
$8,114. That's it. Yeah.
I would do that all day. Anything else? That's kind of crazy. How often does that happen? Not very often. Not often enough for that value price.
It happens a decent amount, but you can hand the ball into the stands. That's fine. Yeah, if you throw it, then it's a problem.
I think all of it sounds so, like, I know that's all adrenalized. I remember one time there was a character up in New England when I worked for the team that spiked a ball a la Gronk. And Gronk really, I'm just going to stop you right here. Gronk doesn't get enough credit for never injuring anybody.
It's true.
Think about how many touchdowns in his career. How many touchdowns? Let's look it up. Does Gronk have in his career? We can ask him about this tomorrow. Never at least as far as my knowledge, he's never hurt a soul on those. Yeah. At the and he's done it like off the field, by the way, where there's just like normal standard buyers around. He's 93 in 93 shots. He's never. I remember there was a wide receiver up there, as you know, who once spiked the ball and his name was not Julian Edelman, spiked the ball a la Gronk, hit the kindest, I think it was an usher, in the face, glasses. It was like a whole thing that happened, and then had to, did the right thing and took care of him and all of that. But there's I would probably just not do any. I would just be so scared to hurt someone. Kicking the ball into the stand sounds awful because it's going right into my nose. Marsha Brady, right to me.
Absolutely.
But a good excuse to get a nose job, which I wouldn't mind, even though the world thinks I have one, which is hilarious because why would I get such a bad nose job? Anyway, okay, let's continue. What else you got?
All right, I'll do one more for you. Fighting.
Are there different levels to fighting in the fine book?
It is a blanket fine for fighting. And there is stuff that can be contract detrimental. Are you fined differently? No. It's just there is a blanket fine for fighting. Yeah.
It better be lower. It better be higher than unsportsmanlike conduct. Flinging a booger cannot be more than physically getting into it with somebody. What's a worse look? What's a worse? What are you trying to get rid of more? That should be you have a fine because you're trying to discourage somebody from speeding. That's why the fine is high. That's. Yeah. So I would guess it's going to be $19,000 first offense.
It is $40,686 first offense, and it's double that for the second offense. So it goes up over $80,000.
So if you fight twice, it's $80,000.
Yeah. Also kind of crazy. It got me thinking, kind of crazy to think about. Like if you fight in hockey, it's just you sit in a box for 5 minutes and then you come back and you're fine. Like you could just punch somebody repeatedly in the face and like you just sit in a box for 5 minutes and you're good. No fines,
People
nothing
come
else.
to see that though. That's
Crazy to think about. Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, that is kind of, it's
Like that we're still doing that in 2025 is just interesting. Not that I'm saying we need to take it out. It's just, $40,000 fine versus you sit in a box for a couple of minutes. And
yeah.
you're good.
Here's what I'd like to know. Who is the most fined player in NFL history? And I guess that would have to be a recent player because the inflation.
Yeah.
But who is do we have any, any inkling on, it would have to be the fights. That's where the real money, that's where the real money maker is. So it's who got into the most fights. Who would that be, I wonder?
Let's see if I can get a quick answer here, but
yeah, I know it's not a fun thing to bring guesses out on, but I would like to know who wrote the most checks. Hey, I have one for you. I'm going to show you this touchdown.
Oh boy. Okay.
I think this is a touchdown, right? Yeah, this was 2016. Can we roll it?
Oh boy.
It's Devonta Adams, our guy, okay? This is against the Lions, by the way. He's dunking the football. This is, of course, a huge, pearl-clutching NFL all-time moment of the league-wide crackdown on end zone theatrics. This is this is no celebrating era. He does a triple sow cow, 360.
Tremendous 360.
Yes. Can you tell me guess what that fine was?
I would guess 10,000 in that ballpark.
12,154. Every penny worth it. Money.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Well spent. We're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with Matt Ryan on the. What do you think he's paid in? Has he ever been fined for anything? Is Matt Ryan like my first guess on a player who's never been fined once in his life? That's my first question.
Probably. Yeah.
I literally thought, Hamilton, based off our texts, and I told you I wasn't listening this morning. I thought you were showing me penalties, celebration penalties, and then asking me how much they got fined for them historically. That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought you were just looking for
what I just did to you.
Just like a quick.
No, what I just did to you, I thought you were doing to me. So then I asked Brian, give me one to give to him.
Okay.
Totally missed communication by you and me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You were going to show me the Joe Horn and say how much do you think you really got fined for this. I thought that would be fun.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is there a list of what players have been fined, actually personally?
There are some. There's not a full. There's not a full.
I said, could you look up touchdown, fine celebration, fines, and show me them and ask me what they cost, 3 or 4 of those.
Where is that?
The voice note.
Did not see that. Oh.
Oh, but I should have known when you said, I'll get a full screen together or something, so we wouldn't need a full screen.
Yeah.
Do you see the voice note, the 11-second voice note?
I do now.
It's all
I
good.
missed that when it
No
came in.
problem.
Sorry.
I'm like, wait, what?
Saw
That
the
worked.
text.
That worked, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No. I think that it's all great. I was more like, what did I not say to you? I'm never right in these situations, world. You're getting a piece of history.
I blew it. My bad.
No, you didn't. It was great. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would like to know who the worst offender was. And the least, who never, is there somebody, is it completely unrealistic to avoid a fine in the NFL for a 10-year career? Yeah, right?
It's hard because, if your socks aren't quite right,
yes.
They'll get you for $5,000.
But then again, it's how hard is it? There are people how hard is it to get your socks right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like you play that long. There's got to be one thing that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also, you're right. With the adrenaline, I don't know. If I ever scored a touchdown, I'm throwing the ball into the stands. I'm not thinking about the fine. I'm going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Double dose of Matt Ryan. What a day. What a week.
Yeah.
I get to be teammates with him. I'm like a little Roddy White.
Doesn't get better than that.
Who's the Kyle Shanahan? Nate, who's Nate?
For sure.
Escapes, gonna run, has some room, and a touchdown. Looking down the field in the end zone, touchdown. Ryan wants all of it, and he's able to get it.
Falcons legend, 2016 NFL MVP, twice in 1 week. I'm so lucky, and we get to work together.
Are you getting ready?
I have gone to a place where I can buy many a electronic wired sock. I've got I've got all of the things, Matt. How are you getting ready? We've got Cowboys, Commanders, Netflix, Christmas Day. You're in the booth. Let's go.
No, I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Our team is awesome. I mean, you talk about just a loaded team. It's going to be a lot of fun Christmas Day. But I'm starting to get prepped. Starting to get some boards laid out. Calling a game's different than doing studio work. But I got studio work to do this weekend.
Yeah.
So got to get through this weekend first and then start to get prepped up. But can't wait. It's going to be a blast, and really looking forward to it.
Congrats on all the success you're having. Of course, you've got a loaded plate this holiday season. Thank you for taking time. I know you've got, your family you'd probably like to hang out with. It's very cool that you'll be there Christmas Day. You're talking about this loaded family that we've got. It's Ian Eagle, you, Nate Burleson. So if Santa were to bring Ian Eagle something Christmas morning, so he's prepared for you and Nate, who I'm sure have built up a rapport on Sundays at CBS, what would you get Ian Eagle?
Ian's like the most interesting man on the planet. I feel like he'd be really difficult to get a gift for, because I think he's particular. Like, I think he's, in a good way, probably a little judgmental if you bring like a bad gift, like he's definitely going to judge you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, which is not bad, keep you on your toes. We'll have something for him.
Okay.
But I think Nate and I are going to discuss that probably Sunday.
So how has that been with you and Nate? Because it's a three-man, being in the booth, which you, by the way, have experience with. Like, it's interesting, it's challenging. Three guys, always interesting, more vibrant. I'm sure it's a different ball game. You and Nate and your dynamic working together now on Sundays. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, I mean, Nate's the best. I think you said it. Three-man booth is a little bit different. And the year I called games, it's the only way I've done it. So I really don't know, anything else. It requires a lot of kind of nonverbal communication, a lot of hitting, off camera of when to go and when not to go. I think knowing the people you're doing with it, I think is super helpful. So sitting next to Nate for the last 2 years and him being right by my side and kind of understanding his cues and when he's getting ready to go, I think all of that stuff is really helpful. And then, I mean, when you work with people for a long time, you can start to know just off of their vibe or a couple of words here or there where they're going with it. And so, I think that's going to be helpful for us. Nate's so fun. He's got such great energy. He keeps things light. He keeps it entertaining. And I think we're a good balance.
It'll be perfect. Ian Eagle's going to have a ball. I think you two are the gift that he has on Christmas. We have a great game, too. It's Cowboys at Commanders, Christmas Day, Netflix, worldwide, 1 p.m. Eastern. And there are playoff implications at stake.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most in that matchup? What's the storyline you're tracking?
Well, I think it depends on how the weekend shakes out, but it's certainly, what's up with the Cowboys? Are we in it? Do we have a chance? And then, from the Commanders, it's, how do you finish this season? They had such great success last year. How do they finish this season? Maybe on a positive note. They're going to keep Jaden Daniels out of the last 3 games and get him healthy, and that's a decision Dan Quinn has made. But I think you start to look at what are some of the pieces that are going to be here in the future. So we'll see how the weekend shakes out. We'll see what it means for Dallas coming into that game. But there's always stuff. There's always great storylines, always interesting things that are going on. And, there's a lot you can take from games late in the year.
Not a total loss season for Dallas, and they got to bring it on Christmas Day as they will. Dak has played well.
He's played great.
He probably won't get the recognition because of the season they've had, but he does lead the NFL in passing yards and completion percentage when pressured. How impressive is that?
It's huge. I mean, you talk about what they've had to, play through defensively, really in the first half of the season too. That defense was just giving up points like crazy, and they've been inconsistent throughout the year. So he's been playing from behind. You talk about pressure, standing in that pocket, being hit, having to hang in there and still be accurate. And his toughness and athleticism and accuracy with the football, it's it's been incredibly impressive. And, I think this team is built to make a run,
Wow.
whether that's a chance to go into the playoffs this year. But I think next year, you talk about, keeping some pieces healthy, and a couple additions here or there on the defensive side of the ball, creating some stability. I think the talent is there, and it'll be interesting to, see what they do this offseason. But I think Dak deserves a lot of credit.
Really well said. We can't wait to see you on Netflix with the whole fam. It'll be super, super fun and cold, I'm sure, and everyone can be watching. And thanks for letting us into your households, everybody across the world watching this game to kick off 3 games on Christmas Day, 2 of them on Netflix. Breaking news this morning. I wanted to get to some other storylines, quarterback ones. I have to, Tua benched 7th rounder, I believe, 6th rounder, 7th, Quinn Ewers out of Texas. When you saw that, what did you think?
Well, I mean, not surprising. I think, Mike McDaniel's comments after the game, sort of led you to speculate that they were going to go in this direction. I think given, where they're at, given the changes they've had, at the GM position, that they're going to have a search there. I think you're in the fact finding and data finding stage of the season of, what makes sense for us moving forward. And, frankly, I think Mike was right. I think Tua's play just hasn't been good enough and not to the standard that they've talked about and that they've set for themselves. So, this is a great opportunity for Quinn Ewers, a guy that, I think a lot of people were high on at certain times throughout college. I think the opportunity for him to sit and watch the last, the last handful of weeks and leading up into this point, we'll see what his level of preparation has been and what he can do out on the field. So I think it's the right move. I think you got to find out what you have in him. I think 3 games is it's a small sample size, but it's a good sample size. And I'm excited to watch him play.
Quinn played for Sark like you did, little connection there, giving him some love. It's very understandable what Mike McDaniel did. And I'm looking at the numbers here. Cutting Tua could cost $99 million. That would be the largest dead cap hit in NFL history if they did that before June 1st. I know you just got this news, but do you think we see Tua as an NFL starter somewhere in 2026?
I do. I think there's a real possibility he's somewhere, whether that's in Miami, whether it's somewhere else. I think there's a handful of teams that are in position where they'd like, some improved quarterback play. And I think Tua probably has some good football still in front of him. Why it didn't work out this season and the last couple of seasons, I'm not sure, but I do think there's a real chance that he's starting somewhere, whether that's in Miami or whether it's with a different organization sometime next season.
I have to ask you about Matthew Stafford, your friend, the
Yes.
fave to win MVP. I know we've got like Drake and Josh, and Josh looks pretty good. From an MVP to a guy who's never won an MVP, can you make the case for Matthew Stafford this year?
I think he's made the case for himself pretty well. Everything he does, you talk about, the number of touchdown passes, the limited turnovers, the explosive plays, the wins, the record. I just think he's been outstanding the entire year. And I think he's going to win it. I think he deserves it. I think there's a lot of guys who are in that question. I think, you talk about the season Drake May's had. It's been really, really impressive. And even Josh Allen, you talk about Josh Allen coming back into this race late in the season and what he's done. I think that's real. But when you take into account from start to finish of the regular season, we'll see what happens in the next 3 weeks. But up until this point, I think Matthew Stafford has been, head and shoulders above everyone else. It's maybe the best year of his entire career.
Which isn't that insane, though? Like,
Yeah.
what is so what impresses you most about? He's making you look bad. You're over here like I'm over here last week questioning you going back out on the field. You're saying no, I'm good. Like Stafford's doing it. You get out there and do it. What is so impressive about this year being this good?
Well, I think, number one, it was the question marks coming into the season.
Yeah.
Was he going to be healthy enough and able to go for the long haul? So, his availability throughout the season, his health, that's been really impressive. I think it's, we all talk about his arm, and his arm is incredible. He can make every throw, can change arm angles, touch, driven, however you want to throw it, he can do it. I think it's his sneaky mobility, at this age, that is the most impressive to me, because he still throws it really, really well on the run. It's a big part of what they do offensively, of what makes it go, right, is his ability to get on those keepers or the bootlegs, and just get far enough to the edge and be able to find it, or extend a play and hit a crosser, or really move the pocket and take their shots down the field. So I think his mobility is probably the thing that I look at, at 37 for him, and I'm like, man, it's still really impressive.
It's so crazy. You know what else is impressive? Matthew's playing amazing. Trevor Lawrence is like the hottest quarterback in the NFL right now. And I would love to know from your perspective, like him and Liam Cohen, at what point, like I'm looking at the numbers. Career day, of course, against New York. He had 6 total touchdowns. But what is it about the offense, or what are you seeing as the quarterback that you are? What finally clicked, or like what is going on right now?
Well, I think there's been a consistency in their scheme throughout the year. I mean, you see this play right here, the little wrinkle where they run the rail route to the back out of the backfield. That's kind of like a curveball, but there's been a consistency, and this play right here is just ridiculous. The scramble and
But is that like Liam? Is it Trevor? Like, why is it happening like this?
Listen, I think the difference is Trevor's always made some big plays. He's always been able to move and use his athleticism. He has a big, strong arm and can push it down the field. The reason I think he's playing better is because he's doing the boring things well, right? He's doing the little things well, like checking the football down and not putting the ball in harm's way, hitting those short and intermediate passes in rhythm. That's where I think he's made the biggest jump. And so the big plays, I think he's always had a knack for making those. It's just the inconsistency throughout the career that has been the issue. And now we're seeing him, he's making his free throws, he's making his layups, he's doing the little things right over and over. And that's why I think he's playing better. It's not the big plays. It's really, like I've often said, good quarterback plays making the boring sexy. And that's what good quarterbacks do. And I think he's doing that right now.
These little changes are yielding huge results. I'm looking at 10 touchdowns, no picks over the last 3, 14 touchdowns, 11 picks in his first 11 games. I just think that's bananas. I guess, like, keep your head down. What's the lesson there? Keep your head down, keep working. Like, that's...
I give him credit, because I think there's been arrows flying at him from outside the building for a long time, and that's not easy. And you talk about what's the lesson. I think the lesson is, keep your head down and keep plugging away, which I give him credit on doing, because that's hard. I also think it's the continuity that Jacksonville looks like they're trying to build. Right, it looks like you could have offensive head coach and Trevor Lawrence there and working together, and you can see that starting to get better, and it makes you think, what could these guys be in a year or two from now? So I think that continuity, along with the stick-to-itness of Trevor, has been really beneficial for him.
He's got a big one against the Broncos. Last one, because I was looking at your numbers, because I really thought it was like just as a fan, I'm like, it's clearly like Liam and Trevor finally getting on the same page. And then I looked at, like, you and Shanahan, your MVP year. Like, you weren't just an MVP. You were like had one of the best seasons of all time. Like, it was so freaking fun week in, week out to watch. But I don't remember the year before that, your first year with Kyle. And it wasn't nearly as great. So what the F happened? Like, what? I don't want to bring up that, like, 2015, 8-8, not great. What happened there? Was it these little things you just worked, or was it like...
Yeah, well, I think it's a number of things. I think, I do think it is putting in that work and time together and understanding, the system and what's being asked of you. I think the opposite works too. It's a coach who's been there now for a full year and understands the players that he has and the best way to use them. I thought we ran the ball, like, this is boring, but we ran the ball much better in 2016 than we did in 15. And
that was it.
In that system, right, the run sets up a lot of, how you create explosive plays in the passing game. And so that was it. I think, some of it is personnel changes of different people coming into the building. I think, we had guys like Taylor Gabriel come in 16, had such like an amazing year, Turbo Taylor. was really good for us. Mohamed Sanu, you know, so there's different guys that come in too. So it was a different team.
Sanu motivating you because he's, you know, he wants to be the quarterback of the team. So he's like, you better have your stuff together, Matt.
Let's talk about Mohamed. He has one of the strongest football arms I've ever seen in my life.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he was the best. Awesome teammate, unbelievable wide receiver, but I still think he's got the best passer rating in the history of the league. I think that's, I think maybe a minimum of 10 passes, but yeah, he was a hell of a quarterback.
Cannot wait to see you on Netflix. More of these gems. You are so incredible. You, Nate, Ian Eagle, Commanders, Cowboys, in D.C. on Christmas Day. You'll be leading the way. I can't wait to see it. All your analysis. Happy holidays to you whenever you decide to squeeze them in.
All right, thanks, Kay. You too.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Netflix, for the time with Matt Ryan, an analyst who'll be in that three-man booth that we're so excited for. Didn't get to ask him how many fines he had, but it should be public knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
He got fined for taunting in 2022. We got to find
against Buffalo or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cal was just writing that in here. I saw our active, our living document here. Taunting, huh?
Yeah.
Are you watching it? I would like you to see it.
I'm pulling it up. He yelled in Jordan Poyer's face.
Let's come with the graphic. Okay, cool. This is fun. Starting tomorrow, FanDuel officially getting into the holiday spirit, giving you 8 straight days of rewards. You never know what gift will be waiting each day, so make sure to check the FanDuel Sportsbook app every day. Wake up, brush your teeth, check the thing, claim your reward before it goes away. Poof, gone. This all leads to an extra special Christmas Day offer that all sports fans won't want to miss. You can head to FanDuel Sportsbook to start getting in the holiday spirit. Who's on the show tomorrow? We have Gronk on the program. Very excited. Rashid Shaheed ahead of Seahawks Rams. Let's go. Excited about him. Did you watch the taunting?
Haven't found the play yet. I'm trying to find it.
I feel like Trevor just putting his, like, just doing the little things. I guess, like, it's hard for me to believe. I think
he's right there. I know it doesn't sound like the most exciting answer, but yeah, he's taking what's there more, not forcing the issue as much. Here it is. We have the play.
Go for it. Oh no.
So here's Matt taking off.
We're not going to.
He's going to dive into the end zone here, and then look at him get up and get in Jordan Poyer's face. Let's go.
What was his fine for that? You guys take your guesses. So fun.